Wake up and listen carefully, because your time is the most powerful currency you will ever hold in your life. Every single morning you open your eyes, you are given 24 hours again. No more, no less. But the real question is, are you using it, or are you losing it without even noticing? Have you ever asked yourself where your hours really go during the day? Are they building your future or slowly stealing it from you? Think about it for a moment. How many hours do you spend on things that don't move your life forward? Most people don't fail because they don't have time. They fail because they don't understand the value of time. And let me ask you something. If your dream depended only on how you use today, would you still spend your hours the same way? Every minute you waste today is a piece of your future disappearing silently. But here is the powerful truth. If you learn to control your 24 hours, you start controlling your destiny. So tell me, are you in control of your day, or is your day controlling you? Look around your life right now. Is it a result of intentional choices or random habits repeated every day? And be honest with yourself. If nothing changes in your daily routine, where will you be 1 year from now? I want you to think deeply. What is the one thing you keep delaying even though you know it can change your life? And tell me, can you still afford to wait? Time is your real capital, and yet most people treat it like it has no value. Every single morning you wake up, you are handed something priceless that no billionaire can buy back once it is gone. Have you ever paused for a moment and asked yourself what you are actually doing with your hours today? Because the truth is, your future is quietly being shaped by how you spend even the smallest moments right now. Think about it deeply. When you scroll endlessly on your phone, when you delay your important work, when you say, "I will do it tomorrow," where is that time actually going? Are those hours building something meaningful for your life? Or are they just disappearing without leaving any trace behind? And let me ask you something honestly. If you could see your time like money leaving your wallet, would you still spend it the same way? Time does not wait for motivation, and it does not care about your plans either. It only moves forward whether you are productive or not. So tell me, are you using your time with purpose? Or are you just reacting to whatever comes your way during the day? Most people think they are busy, but being busy is not the same as being valuable with your time. Every hour you waste is not just a lost moment, it is a lost opportunity to improve your life. And here is something to think about. What if your time today was directly connected to your success 5 years from now? Would you still allow distractions to control your attention so easily? Would you still ignore the tasks that actually matter? People often underestimate small actions. They think 1 hour doesn't matter, 10 minutes doesn't matter. But let me ask you, if you add up all those small wasted moments over a year, what do they become? A powerful life or a missed one? And when you look at your daily routine, are you investing your time in growth or just spending it without direction? There is a strange truth in life. The more valuable your goal is, the more disciplined your time must become. So tell me, what are you sacrificing your time for right now? And is it truly worth it? Because every yes to something unnecessary is actually a no to something important. Time is also very honest. It shows no favoritism. Everyone gets the same 24 hours, rich or poor, young or old. But why do some people achieve so much while others struggle? Is it because they have more time, or because they respect time differently? Have you ever noticed how successful people treat every hour like it has a purpose, while others just let the day pass? Your habits decide how your time flows. If your habits are weak, your time will be wasted without you even realizing it. So ask yourself, are your daily habits guiding your time towards success or pulling you away from it slowly and silently? And when you wake up in the morning, do you already know what your most important task is? Or do you just let the day decide for you? Sometimes people wait for the right moment to start using their time better. But let me ask you something important. When exactly is that perfect moment supposed to come? Tomorrow? Next week? Next year? Or is it something we keep waiting for while life keeps moving forward without us? Even the way you think about time changes everything. If you see time as something endless, you waste it easily. But if you see it as limited and precious, every hour suddenly becomes powerful. So tell me honestly, do you feel like your time is unlimited? Or do you truly feel its value deep inside you? And think about your goals right now. How many of them are still waiting because you didn't give enough time to them? How many dreams are still delayed because your attention went somewhere else? If you started respecting your time from today, how different would your life look just a few months from now? Because in the end, time is not just something you spend. It is something that builds you, shapes you, and silently defines who you become while you are not even noticing. Your daily habits decide your future more than your dreams or your talent ever will. And this is something most people realize too late in life. Everyone loves to talk about big dreams, big goals, and big success, but very few people pay attention to the small things they repeat every single day. Have you ever stopped and asked yourself what your usual day actually looks like from morning to night? Because the truth is, your life is not shaped in one big moment. It is shaped in thousands of small moments that you often ignore. What do you usually do when you wake up? Do you jump into something meaningful, or do you let your phone decide your first thoughts of the day? And tell me honestly, are your habits pushing you closer to your goals or slowly pulling you away from them? People often believe talent is everything. They think if they are fuss smart enough or gifted enough, success will automatically come. But let me ask you something. How many talented people do you know who are still stuck in the same place because their habits never changed? And on the other hand, how many ordinary people have achieved extraordinary things simply because they built strong daily habits? Your habits are like invisible architects. They quietly design your future without asking for permission. So tell me, are you aware of the habits you repeat every day, or are you just living on autopilot without thinking about them? Because what you do repeatedly becomes who you become eventually. Think about your routine for a moment. The time you wake up, the way you spend your mornings, the distractions you allow, the work you delay, the thoughts you entertain, do these patterns support your growth or limit it? And be honest with yourself. If you continue the same habits for the next 5 years, where do you think your life will end up? Most people want a better future, but they keep the same daily routine. And I want to ask you something important. Can a different result ever come from the same behavior? If you keep planting the same seeds every day, can you expect a completely different harvest? Even success is not a sudden event. It is a result of consistent habits repeated over time. Small disciplines like waking up early, focusing deeply, avoiding distractions, and finishing tasks on time may seem simple, but do you actually practice them daily? Or do you only think about them without taking action? Your habits are also shaped by your environment. Who you spend time with, what you watch, what you listen to. All of these slowly influence your behavior. So let me ask you, are your surroundings helping you grow? Or are they quietly holding you back without you even noticing? Sometimes people say they lack motivation, but motivation is not the real issue. The real issue is habits. Because even when motivation disappears, habits continue working in your life. So tell me, when you don't feel like doing something important, do your habits still push you forward, or do you stop completely? Think about successful people for a moment. They don't rely on motivation every day. They rely on systems, routines, and habits that keep them moving even when they don't feel like it. And I want to ask you, do you have a system in your life, or are you just reacting to whatever happens each day? Your habits also decide your self-respect. When you keep your promises to yourself, even small ones, you build confidence. But when you break them repeatedly, you slowly lose trust in yourself. So tell me, are you someone who follows through on your daily commitments, or someone who keeps delaying them? Every habit you build is like a vote for the person you are becoming. If you choose discipline today, you are voting for a stronger future version of yourself. If you choose distraction, you are also voting, but in the opposite direction. So ask yourself, what kind of votes are you casting every single day? And look at your current life honestly. Is it a reflection of what you truly want, or is it just the result of habits you never questioned? If nothing changes in your habits, can your life ever truly change in the direction you desire? Because at the end of the day, your dreams are not achieved in imagination. They are achieved in repetition, in consistency, and in the quiet power of what you do every single day when no one is watching. Distraction is silent destruction, and the most dangerous part is that you don't even realize it is happening while it is happening. It doesn't come like a storm. It comes like a small notification, a quick scroll, a just 5 minutes moment that slowly turns into hours. Have you ever sat down and asked yourself how many times a day you lose focus without even noticing it? Because today's world is designed to pull your attention away from your own life. Every sound, every screen, every message is competing for your mind. And let me ask you something honestly. Are you controlling your attention? Or is your attention being controlled by everything around you? Most people think distraction is harmless because it feels small in the moment. But small distractions repeated again and again create a life full of delay, confusion, and unfinished goals. Tell me, how many times have you started something important only to leave it halfway because something more interesting appeared? You sit down to work, and suddenly your phone becomes more important. You open one video, then another, and before you know it, hours have disappeared. And I want to ask you, when was the last time you gave your full attention to one task without breaking it for even a few minutes? Distraction is powerful because it feels comfortable. It gives your mind instant pleasure without asking for effort. But let me ask you something. Does comfort really build your future, or does it quietly delay it? Because anything that feels easy in the moment is not always good for your long-term growth. Think about your daily routine. How often do you switch between tasks without finishing anything properly? How many times do you tell yourself, I'll focus later while time keeps moving forward? And tell me honestly, is later helping you or slowly stealing your progress? Even your thoughts can become a form of distraction. You start thinking about your goals, then suddenly your mind jumps to worries, fears, comparisons, or random ideas that have nothing to do with your work. So I want to ask you, how often do you lose focus? Not because of the outside world, but because of your own mind. Distraction also creates a strange illusion. It makes you feel like you are doing something, even when you are not moving forward at all. Watching, scrolling, switching tasks, it all feels active, but is it really productive? And when you look back at your day, do you feel progress or just exhaustion without results? The most successful people are not the ones who avoid distraction completely, but the ones who learn to control it. They understand that focus is a skill, not a talent. So tell me, do you actively protect your focus? Or do you let anything and everything break it throughout the day? Every time you give in to distraction, you are not just losing time. You are training your mind to lose focus again and again. And I want you to think deeply about this. What kind of future are you building if your attention is always scattered? Even your biggest dreams require deep focus. You cannot build something meaningful if your mind is constantly jumping from one thing to another. So ask yourself, are you giving your dreams enough focused attention, or just occasional attention between distractions? Social media, entertainment, messages, they all feel harmless, but together they slowly reshape your brain. They reduce your ability to sit with one task, one thought, one goal for a longer time. And let me ask you, have you noticed yourself becoming more impatient with important work because of constant distractions? Distraction also steals your discipline without you realizing it. You plan your day, you set your goals, but small interruptions break your flow again and again. So tell me, how often do you actually complete what you planned at the start of the day? There is a deeper truth here. Distraction doesn't force you, it invites you. It doesn't push you away from your goals, it gently pulls you towards something easier, something lighter, something less important. And I want to ask you, how many times have you chosen easy over important? If you observe your life carefully, you will see that distraction doesn't destroy you in one big moment. It destroys you slowly, quietly, and consistently. So tell me honestly, are you aware of where your attention goes throughout your day? Or are you only realizing it at night when nothing meaningful is done? Because in the end, your attention is your life. Whatever you focus on grows, and whatever you ignore disappears from your progress. So I want you to ask yourself right now, are you focusing on what truly matters, or are you letting distractions decide the direction of your life without even asking you? If you don't control your time, someone else will control your life without you even realizing it. And this is something that happens quietly, not loudly. Every day, you wake up thinking you are in charge of your decisions, but slowly your time gets taken by messages, people, habits, and responsibilities that you never truly questioned. Have you ever stopped for a moment and asked yourself, who is really deciding how your day goes? Because time is not just something you spend, it is something others can take from you if you are not careful. A small favor here, a quick call there, a just 1-minute request that turns into an hour. And tell me honestly, how many times have you ended your day wondering where all your time actually went? Most people believe they are free, but their time tells a different story. If your entire day is filled with things you didn't plan, then who is really